The message you are about to watch was given on February 12, 2012, during the second live service at the Synagogue Church of All Nations, which started at 6:30 p.m. Prophet TB Joshua thanked the congregation for being there when the final match of the Africa Cup of Nations was about to begin. The congregation then shouted, asking what the mind of God was concerning the final match. Let us hear from Prophet TB Joshua moments before the opening kickoff.
I know you have a game now. You want to watch, I know. Today is final, but you want me to talk about it? Sometimes when I sit down, I show interest in something. God bring it to my, say, this is what you want to see. Everything like what we are doing now, it has happened before now. Like you say, you play a game today, the game has been played before today. And people like me has watched the game. You know, a believer, I can do all things through. You know, our law is wonderful. Sometimes it just, when God is prepared blessing, this is blessing, and you are not ready to take it, you may take it any other day. Yes, this blessing is for a country you are not expecting. This victory is for a country you are not expecting. Just to make them smile because of past record they have. What happened to them in the history. I mean, God wants to make them happy. Because of the victim of what happened to them in the past. That record is bringing back. That put it behind you. Yeah, this is joy. Everybody will celebrate. That will make them to forget about the past record of what happened to the same country when they were going and such a thing happened. This is they forget it and dancing and dancing. God showed me first, second, in the second half at 25 minutes. This is 25 minutes. So thank you. Wave your hand. There's a mistake they should cover. Even if you have opportunity to enter the television where they are playing, you enter and flog them. Why you get to score this thing? You face goalkeeper and you play it over the ball. Face to face with the goalkeeper and you are now playing it outside. Is that not a big mistake? That is the goal that will have given you cup. So it's a mistake. Now taking it to other side. But second half, I think some correction can be made. Well, I don't know how do you make this correction, but mistake come. Thank you.
Well, we've seen this team from Southern Africa pull apart some of their West African counterparts in the tournament so far.
Driven and inspired by the memory of 18 Zambia players who tragically died in a plane crash in this city back in 1993. There's a sign over on the far side saying, we honour the players from 93. Lots of motivation, lots of determination for Zambia. But Ivory Coast, of course, equally determined. The big players will be desperate to get their hands on that cup. Zambia in green and black. Ivory Coast in their usual shirts, all in orange, and it's Ivory Coast who have the ball. Jean-Jacques Gosso gets his first touch at right back. We'll bring you the lineups in just a moment. Sol Bamba picking up the ball.
And this should end the cycle of the golden generation of Ivorian football. But for the Chipolopolo Stars from Zambia, they also need to pay homage to all those, the 30 members who died 28 years ago.
So Ivory Coast have the ball in midfield, but it's Zambia on the attack here. Katongo could possibly get an across here, the number 11. He gets towards the corner flag. Can he get it in with his right boot? Good sliding challenge by Bamba.
This is the way we want to see them play in the second half. Just continue for where they left off in the first half, and hopefully we might see a goal before we enter into extra time.
There's a long way to go potentially in this game, isn't there, Ibrahim? But Ivory Coast in the shape of Gervinho trying to make the breakthrough here. Gervinho goes into the penalty area. He gets a shove in the back, and that is a penalty. indicated by the referee from Senegal, broke quickly. He burst through two defenders and he managed to get through just into the penalty area. Did the challenge from Isaac Chancer come just outside, or was it just inside? It's hard to tell. It was also Nyambe Malenga in there as well. A couple of moments after that, Drogba, who received an injury early in this second half when he got a knock to the head, but he stayed on even though we thought he was going to have to go off. 69 minutes played. Drogba with a penalty over the bar. Didier Drogba got underneath it, scooped it over the top, and it remains 0-0 in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations.
Mine, oh mine, Kennedy Mwene. He is the man for the Nations Cup final. He did it against Ghana, against the Samoan. This time round, put a fear into Didier Drogba, and Drogba had to sky that one over the crossbar.
Just as the prophet said, at exactly 25 minutes into the second half of the Africa Cup of Nations final match, there was a mistake. A crucial penalty was missed that cost Ivory Coast the cup at precisely 25 minutes into the second half of the match.
God showed me first, second, in the second half, at 25 minutes. This is 25 minutes. So thank you. Wave your hand. There's a mistake they should cover. Even if you have opportunity to enter the television where they are playing, you enter and flog them. Why you get to score this thing? You face goalkeeper and you play it over the ball. Face to face with the goalkeeper and you are now playing it outside. Is that not a big mistake? That is the goal that will have given you cup.
He was trying to curl it, right-footed, didn't put all the power into it. He's complaining about the penalty spot, Didier Drogba. He got right underneath it. You know exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to curl it into the top corner, but he just got too much on it, and it stays 0-0. 70 minutes played, 0-0 in the final of the Nations Cup.
So it's a mistake now taking it to the other side. God wants to make them happy because of the victim of what happened to them in the past. That record is bringing back, that put it behind you. Yeah, this is joy. Everybody will celebrate. That will make them to forget about the past record of what happened to the same country when they were going and such a thing happened. This is there they forgetting and dancing and dancing.
In 2006, when Ivory Coast lost to Egypt in a penalty shootout, you can hear what the fans think of it. Massive run-up. He's on the edge of the D here. It'll be a right-footed penalty. Steps up, sprints up, and it's saved by Mwene. And this time it is a save.
A player who's going to take this historic moment for Zambia. It's Rainford Kalaba, the number 17. Rainford Kalaba will have up he steps, and it's over. Rainford Kalaba spoons it over the bar, and Zambia's historic opportunity goes begging at least for a few more moments.
The Arsenal man who will step up to take this next penalty. It's 7-7 in this shootout. Both teams have missed one penalty each. Mwene has saved a penalty already. Can he save this one? He can't, but it's gone wide. It's gone wide from Javinho. Javinho puts his spot kick well wide. And yet again, Zambia had the chance to win the Cup of Nations with this next penalty.
For Zambia, if he scores, Zambia are the Africa Cup of Nations champions. Sun Tzu is the man now, with the opportunity to make history for Chipolo Polo. Up he steps and scores! Stopila Sun Tzu with the decisive strike, which gives Zambia's Chipolo Polo their first ever Nations Cup title in the country where their national team died in an air crash in 1993. The force of history has been with them throughout this tournament, they have felt.
This blessing is for a country you are not expecting. This victory is for a country you are not expecting. Just to make them smile because of past record they have. What happened to them in the history, God wants to make them happy. Because of the victim of what happened to them in the past, that record is bringing back, that put it behind you. Yeah, this is joy. Everybody will celebrate. That will make them to forget about the past record of what happened to the same country when they were going and such a thing happened.
True to the prophecy, Zambia gained the victory over Ivory Coast in the Africa Cup of Nations final match. A victory that made them celebrate and forget the pain of the past tragedy of losing the entire national football team on their way to a World Cup qualifier in 1993.
But I'm happy to come here with the team, with the national team. I had said to myself that, and I said to the boys that some of us will be more emotional than the others. But a lot of Zambian people are emotional about their team. They're emotional about the team because of what it did on the pitch, because they were very, very talented, very, very ambitious, a team that had been together for a long time. A little bit the case that is what is happening here. You know, a team we have had it for 4 or 5 years. And so I feel a connection for me to stand here. I feel proud to bring the national team, and of course what the minister said. They were gallant men who fought in the same thing that keeps us busy every day. You know, that we can't sleep. This football, you know, we had other people who were dedicated as much as we were, but today they were not here, and you know, God has given us a few more days to see in this life.
For Zambia, if he scores, Zambia are the Africa Cup of Nations champions. Sun Tzu is the man now, with the opportunity to make history for Chipolo Polo. Up he steps and scores! Stopila Sun Tzu with the decisive strike, which gives Zambia's Chipolo Polo their first ever Nations Cup title in the country where their national team died in an air crash in 1993. The force of history has been with them throughout this tournament, they have felt, and now that has been vindicated in a penalty shootout of high drama after a final of great entertainment, magnificent tension, which nonetheless finished 0-0. Ivory Coast have just the one title to the name still. It's Chipolo Polo's turn to gather together in prayer and to just pause for a moment, to consider what they have done and what the team which perished in 1993 here in Gabon might have done.
Well, the wonderful moment that Zambia have been dreaming about throughout their history. Issa Ayutu and the president of Gabon, Mr. Bongo.
And it's the two presidents hand over the trophy to Katongo.
And Zambia are champions of Africa. Unbelievable. Christopher Katongo, their captain, lifts the trophy. The fireworks go off. And Zambia have won their first continental championship against all the odds. Although really, many people will feel it was written in the stars that they would win here in Gabon.
Well, it was their ace in the pack, that overwhelming sense of belief that destiny had carried them here. As the players just lose control, they've got that trophy in their hands now. And well, many decades have passed as they've been trying to get hold of it. And just look at the celebrations. Look what it means to them.